Let me take on storytelling. So we look at this picture of this businessman here. You don't have to say anything, but I want you to imagine for a second what's going on with him. What's the story there? Now, what I know from research and my own experience, and we've used this stimulus picture in a number of other settings with executives, people come up with a story just like that. Well, he's worried about profits, or he doesn't know what's going on, and he's concerned, and he's studying this report to figure out what's going on. It doesn't take us a New York minute to come up with a story about what that person's up to. Why is that? How come that's so easy? What happens that this just comes out automatically? Well, what's true is that our brains are wired to tell stories. And they're really, really good at it. They happen so fast, we don't even think about it. We don't have to stop when somebody cuts in front of us in a line. We've got a story just like that about what they're up to and what kind of person they are. You know, our stories aren't just explanations. They're also a story about what's going on inside that other person that has values in it. Why are they doing that? Well, that ignorant so-and-so. You know, often there's profanity associated with that. And one of the first indicators that your old brain is active, because you start cussing. Guaranteed. So when you start cussing, your old brain is driving. Dangerous territory. We make up stories all the time about everything, about ourselves, about why other people are doing what they're doing. And what's true is those stories are almost always wrong. When we have a story about there's a predator in the weeds, that's probably a helpful story. Unless there's not a predator in the weeds. Right? But if we stop for a second and think about how our storytelling got shaped over hundreds of thousands of years. So imagine you're out in the bushes, in the brush, in the jungle, in the savannah, and you hear a rustle in the bushes. Could be cheetah. Could be a bird. Okay, so if I take off like crazy and it was the cheetah, good move. If I take off like crazy and it's a bird, well, I'm kind of foolish, aren't I? If I hear it and I don't do anything and it's a bird, good call. If I hear it and I don't do anything and it's a cheetah, I'm dinner. I don't get to make my personal contribution to the gene pool. And we're all very highly motivated to do that. We still are. Funny how that works. The point is, the costs of those decisions aren't the same. The biggest cost is to guess wrong that there's not a cheetah in the bush. So we have wiring in our brain that makes it very, very likely that we create a story of danger and respond to it, because that's the story that had the best payoff over the long haul. If we're in trouble, get your old brain in gear and get going. It doesn't matter what kind of trouble, do it fast. And we're wired to do exactly that. You know, things happen chemically and physically in our bodies before we're even aware of it in response to that kind of stuff. And that was great then. It is not so great now. Yet, we still are living every day with those stories.